Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles Sebastian, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and where we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a hell of a show for you guys. Before we even get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you want to follow me on Instagram, my name is Charles Sebastian. My handle is CTABANZ. You want to follow the channel on Dreamers Pro, same name as the channel, Dreamers Pro. And if you want today's full show before it comes out on YouTube, it's streaming for free on the Dreamers Pro podcast. We have pinned in the comments below. Anyway, let me get into this topic here. You know what, folks? We got a lot of people twerking it up all over the place in media. And it seems like I'm turning myself into a bit of a target by some voices out there, you know, for calling them out on some of the things that they say. I think as we're currently doing this show, Gilbert Arenas is doing a live about us. Because I think I did a live on this show that, I did a live on a segment that he had with Shannon Sharp on Club Shay Shay when they said they think Gilchrist Alexander is better than Kawhi Leonard. I disagree. I don't play in the NBA and I don't care. I disagree. Period. End of story. I disagree. Sorry. I don't care if I played in the NBA or not. I don't need to play in the NBA to understand that I think Kawhi Leonard is a better player. So, you know, we've been ruffling some feathers because we've been pushing back on this kind of anti-LeBron push and all of that stuff. But I don't care, right? I'm just giving my point. I'm out here making up stories about people or cursing people. I'm just giving my point of view. And if you're allowed to go out there and say what you want to say about Michael Jordan, say about this person, say about that person, and it's okay, and we all got to sit up here and twerk it up for everybody else. And when I say my position, it should be okay too. Anyway, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this. So I was going through my Instagram yesterday, and a video was actually sent to me. Not sent to me. It was sent to my feed, right? And I came across this clip, and it was featuring a sit-down between NBA Top 75 player Allen Iverson and former ESPN host Rachel Nichols, right? So they were there, and they were talking. And it was this clip, and essentially Allen Iverson was talking about Kobe Bryant, type of competitor he is, because, you know, they were direct competitors. And essentially what AI said was, when looking at the greatest players of all time, he essentially believes that Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant are in a class of their own, and then essentially is everyone else, which then prompted Rachel Nichols to be like, okay, we got to get back on narrative. And LeBron, is LeBron anywhere? Like, I'm like, okay, all right. So that's the audio we want to get into. But before we even get into that, this video is brought to you by our sponsor, Aura. Do you know what the fastest growing crime in America is today? It's identity theft. Imagine trying to log into your email only to see that your password has been changed. Then you start getting weird notifications from your bank and credit cards, only to find out that all of your personal and sensitive information has been totally compromised. If you think it can happen to you and your family, just know that in 2020, over 49 million Americans were victims to identity theft, costing them a combined $56 billion. That is why we are excited to partner with Aura, who's the sponsor of this video. Aura is the #1 identity theft and financial fraud protection. Aura monitors the dark web and alerts you if any of your passwords and accounts have been breached. And funny enough, after using Aura, I discovered some of my credentials were floating around in the dark web, and the app showed me exactly when and where the breach happened. In addition, Aura allows you to set spending alerts, and they'll notify you of any suspicious transactions. Aura is 4 times faster than any of its competitors in alerting you if someone is trying to open a credit card or obtain a loan using your name. And remember this, every 14 seconds someone becomes a victim of identity fraud. Don't let it happen to you. Now click the link in the description and try Aura for free for 2 weeks and see if any of you or your family's personal information has been compromised. Start your free trial at aura.com/dreamerspro. And when you try Aura by using the link in the description below, also know that you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what we want to do is want to quickly play this exchange. I want you guys to listen to Allen Iverson and kind of explain his position to Malika Andrews. I mean, not Malika Andrews, good Lord, to Rachel Nichols. And then want to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to what Allen Iverson had to say here.
Another one of the all-time greats, Kobe Bryant, in your draft class. And he became, in his words, obsessed with you. He said early in your rookie years, you had a game where you scored 35 and he scored 2 points in 5 minutes the same night. Didn't feel good about that. In fact, he said, quote, "When I checked into my hotel room later that night and saw the 35, he said, I lost it. I flipped the table, threw the chairs, broke the TV. There's more. He said, I obsessively read every article and book I could find about AI, watched every game he had played going back to high school. He said he studied shark attack videos to think about angles that he could approach you at because you move so fast. And he thought that might help you. I mean, when you hear that, he broke a TV in his hotel room because he saw you had a good game and he didn't.
I don't know, I just look at that as, yeah, that's Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, but he said you were the one. He didn't say I was obsessed with everyone in the league.
But
He didn't say I watched everyone else's game back till high school. He said it was you.
With Kobe, he was so different to where it was like, Phil, I want the assignment. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Take Fisher off him, I want the assignment. Mm-hmm. I've never seen nobody as competitive like him, but Mike. That's it. Like when people talk about, you know, your favorite players or the best players in the world, you know, I say Mike and I say Kobe. You know what I mean? And then everybody else.
LeBron's after that for you?
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely after that.
So you heard what AI had to say. I think that what he said is only controversial to people that have a very myopic view of basketball. If you have watched basketball in its entirety, or at least followed it over the last 20 years, what Allen Iverson just said is no big shocker. Your ultimate conclusion would have been the following. That's his opinion. I disagree with it, or I agree with it, but that's his opinion. Nobody in their right mind that calls himself a basketball fan will be like, oh, AI, man, he really on something. I don't know what he's talking. That's if you have a very limited knowledge of basketball. The fact of the matter is this. Jordan is widely regarded, right? And it's a fringe opinion to think that he's not the GOAT. But Michael Jordan is widely regarded universally as the greatest player to ever play in the sport. Most people know this. Most people also know that the closest thing that they have ever seen to Michael Jordan is a Kobe Bryant. So if Jordan is regarded as the greatest player of all time, and here you have a guy that's the closest thing that we've seen since MJ played in the NBA to Jordan, and some people describe him Jordan of his generation, why would it be a big shocker that certain people have him in the top three? Why is this shocking to you? Why do you think whenever people go sit down on the Matt Barnes, Steven Jackson show, they ask them at the end, rank these three players, Kobe, LeBron, Jordan? Why do you think they always bring up these three people? Do you think do you think what? What do you think? You think you know something that they don't know, or what? You think you figured something out that they didn't figure out, or what? What do you think goes on? So in your mind, they bring up Jordan, you're like, okay, I got that. Most of you never seen Jordan play. They bring up LeBron, most of you have seen Jordan, but they bring up Kobe, like, nah, I don't understand that. So I'm trying to figure, you never saw Jordan play, you can understand that, but when you never, I'm trying to figure it out. Listen, it's AI's opinion, right? It's AI's opinion. And there are a lot of people that feel that way. There are a lot of people that, I personally have Kobe in my top three. I will argue with anybody. I got Jordan, I got Kareem, and I got Kobe. That's just me, though. I'm not saying that my opinion is the end-all be-all. What I do know also is that me saying Kobe's in the top three, a lot of people would agree. Especially professional athletes. A lot of them. Some of them would disagree, but a lot of them would. Especially people that played against Kobe. So for AI to say something like that, and for people to be all up in a bunch, and I mean have their panties all up in a bunch and hollering and screaming like because the honey ran out, I'm like, what's the big thing here? You know, he gave his ranking, and you know some people are going to feel a type of way. Now it was interesting that Rachel Nichols actually now put, but what about LeBron? I'm like, so what if he didn't mention him? You got to bring him up. Now some people have brought up the point. Well, AI said LeBron is the overall greatest player of all time, meaning the player with all around game. He's the greatest. And I still disagree with that notion. I don't believe LeBron is a better all around player than Jordan. I don't. You may think so. I don't. And I'm not just basing it off of stats. LeBron averages more rebounds than Jordan. He's a bigger player. He's 3 inches taller than him. Of course he's supposed to average more rebounds. LeBron is a great playmaker. So is MJ. So is he. But I've seen Jordan average 8+ assists a game. I've seen him do it. But to me, what I think makes Jordan the better all-around player are other things. Number one, offensively, that's one side of the ball which he dominates. Defensively, it's another side of the ball which he dominates. LeBron doesn't dominate defensively. No one ever accused him of being a lockdown defender, ever. In the clutch, Jordan is better. Mentally, toughness, he's better. He's better in all of those aspects, and he's a better leader. So I would give it to Jordan because of that. But that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying that, oh, my opinion is, no. If you ask me who would I have and I have to pick, I'll pick Jordan a gazillion times. And I don't care to have him over a 20-year window. Do you know why? Because I know Jordan will get it done in less time. He'll get it done in less time. Do you realize in the 90s, and this is according to a Scap Attack, do you realize in the 90s, Jordan played 6 full seasons. In the 90s, he won 6 championships in all of those seasons. Do you hear what the hell I just said? In the full seasons he played in the 90s, he won championships every single year. Now, some people say, but what about all the other years? He didn't win. Okay, then let's talk about all the other years. Your favorite players didn't win. What's your point? What's your point? He still has a higher winning percentage. What's your point? My point is, I have no point. Because I try to bring up losing, and then I realized my favorite player lost a lot too, so I then realized, why am I bringing up losing? It means I can't reason properly. And I should probably stop talking about this. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. Catch you on the next show. Peace.